Assalamu alaikum, friends. Come to you not live actually, but from Christmas Eve with maybe it's a rant. I don't know. I'm just sad. It just sounds childish. But I found out as of today, I am no longer going to be volunteering at my old place of employment. Um, because they have banned me from their site. What happened was at where I used to work, there was an incident of abuse that made the news. And I commented on the news article saying that, this wasn't the only abuse I'd seen at this location, and that, I'm like, what is it going to take for abuse and neglect to stop there before another one of my residents whom I love is hurt? And I'm like, this is why I'm trying to fight to put elder care abuse into the forefront of people's minds. This is why I'm getting my master's degree in gerontology. I'm like, because it's not right. This is sickening. And anyway, the administrator of the site, I guess, saw the comment and said that I was now banned from entering the entire site where I volunteer every week. Fantastic. And I found out actually this evening while getting ready for their Christmas Eve Mass, which Father and I do all of the stuff for their Mass, and we have a couple other volunteers. And without volunteers working, like, this place would not be able to get everything running. And I was in charge of all the music, leading Christmas carols, etc. And I was pulled aside and told that I had to leave immediately. And so I went and found Father and told him, I'm like, they're making me leave. This is why. They saw that I had commented about their abuse record. And I just kind of started crying. And I tried to finish a sentence. I was trying to say that one of their activities staff was going to stay late to help. And I couldn't even finish the sentence. And I'm just standing there in like our little back room where we keep all of the different church things, and I'm like, I don't know why I'm crying, but I'm just crying. And he gave me a hug, and it's just like, it's gonna be okay. And he kind of looked at me, he's like, we've been looking for a reason to stop working here and volunteering here, and this is kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. And I just sobbed, crying my entire way home driving. And the thing that I thought about was that I was like, you know what? I told the truth, and I know that my conscience is clear for telling the truth about how awful this place is, and the fact that they are always understaffed, and that it does cause neglect, and that there are cases of abuse at this location, and that I've complained about it before, and that I quit because I couldn't handle how poorly run it was, and nothing changed. And so when this big event happened over Thanksgiving and it made the news, I posted, I felt like I needed to say the truth about what is happening at this location. And honestly, if they don't like the truth, which obviously they don't because they have deleted previous comments that I have made, reviews about the facility, you know what? That's one, it's their problem. Two, if they're so afraid of negative publicity, then maybe they should, actually care for their residents better. The way I see it is that they're very scared, and they're trying as hard as they can to make sure that there is nobody in that facility who is going to actually speak out about anything going wrong in it. And it's a terrible business practice. It's probably not going to be changed because it's owned by a large corporation. And I have my peace with that. I have my peace that I did the right thing and that they can punish me for it, but it doesn't negate the truth. So I was just driving home, though, and I just kind of cried out. I was making dua, and it's like, I don't know if this is supposed to be a sign, but I'm going to keep telling the truth, and I'm going to keep fighting, and I'm going to speak out when I see things wrong. And the first thing I did when I got home, aside from like telling my roommate about what happened and trying to stop crying, I was, red and puffy and gross. But one of the things I did is I went on Hadith of the day and was kind of reading through there. And one of them said something about, if you believe in Allah and the last day, then either speak good or remain silent. And I thought that's very powerful. And I know that part of speaking good is trying to fix injustices, is trying to make things good. And there's no point in being silent about something that is truthful. The silence is to keep you from saying something mean. The good is to have you say something that is needed and necessary. Speaking good does not always mean a compliment. Speaking good also means telling someone, that they need to improve upon themselves or they need to help others. It means calling out people occasionally and helping them to become better people. Speaking good is half of what we want to do in life. We also want to do good. We want to help people. And so when I was reading through the Hadith, it really made me think about how what I said and saying the truth and adamantly saying the truth over and over and over again about how I will not stand elder abuse it's important. It just made me realize how important it is, not only from my own moral perspective, but even religiously. It is so important to stand up for those who are needy, to stand up for people who do not have a voice of their own, to stand up for our elders. And so I feel so determined to keep fighting on their behalf. Even though I want to cry right now and my heart feels so heavy and I'm so upset that I did not get to say goodbye to any of my residents, I know at least that I'm still going to remember them even if they don't remember me. And I'm going to fight for them. Because that's the least that I can do. And it is my obligation and duty to do that and to keep fighting for them. And so for all of you watching, I want to encourage you to be mindful of, care facilities and hospitals and places that are caring for our elders. And I want you to be mindful of when injustices are occurring and trying to work together to fix them. I want you to be mindful of your state regulations concerning elder care and abuse and neglect. And I want you to be aware of ways to help care for the elderly, the disabled, the orphans, and how to make that care better. I think that's something that we all need to work together on and try to speak some good and do some good.